What's up? What's up? Morning Woodies. Happy Sunday, fun day. I'm Allie Burns from Picks and Parlays. And today I've got special guests for you guys. As promised, I have Kabir Singh. He's the comedian on America's Got Talent, and he happens to be one of our morning Woodies. And he's super into fantasy football. And I know you guys always love some fantasy football talk. So I brought Kabir in to do it. How's it going, Kabir?
Hi, Allie. How's it going? Big fan of the show, by the way. I love the whiteboard. I mean, I don't know how you don't have carpal tunnel syndrome at this point. I have seen some of the pictures you post up there. I'm just like, how is that possible? It is
It's a lot of writing. It's a lot of writing.
A professor at Harvard doesn't do that much writing on a board like that. That's insane. But yes, it is fantasy football time. I'm a big sports betting fan as well, but I love fantasy football. So does all my cousins. As Indians, we could not play sports. So this is our only time where we can live vicariously through all these athletes. So a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. So what are you looking at, right? When the two of us met, we have mutual friends. So we've known about each other for a long time. You've been following the Morning Wood Show a while, but we just finally met 2 weekends ago through Matt and Sam. And the whole time in the cabana, you were drafting your fantasy team, which in itself was a comedy act, just watching you do that.
Oh, it was annoying. First of all, that's rule number one when you're doing a fantasy football draft. People, find a comfortable place. Do not do it at a Whitney cabana with papers flying around and a marker that is somewhat working while taking shots. I looked at the team that I drafted. I'll tell you, I still pat myself on the back. It is shocking how good of a team I actually did draft that day. Nice. No, it is great. You know, fantasy football is a lot of fun. You know, I just think that a lot of people have to take a different kind of strategy towards it. It's all about, and again, you know, if you guys, for the group and everything, if you guys ever have any problems, maybe a sit 'em, pick 'em, sit 'em, start 'em kind of questions, I'm always available. You can message me. But yeah, I mean, in that draft, they were going really, there's going to be so many drafts where they're going to go running back heavy. Like that's what they did on that one. And I just went completely opposite. Got a bunch of really good wide receivers. Avoid quarterbacks, obviously. And my sleeper of the draft of this year would have to be Mike Davis, by the way. I think Mike Davis is going to be a complete fantasy monster. He's going to get all the shares in Atlanta. So it's just, you know, that's a guy that's being very undervalued and overvalued. Pitts, the tight end from Atlanta. I don't know why people are drafting this guy so early. He's a rookie. It's insane. Avoid tight ends and quarterbacks. Go wide receiver and running back heavy and win your league.
Okay, that's kind of what Tim Earl was saying to us too. Draft your quarterbacks later in the draft, running backs first. And that kind of seems like counterintuitive. It's like you want to get your best quarterback. So why is that? Tell me why.
I actually think since people go so running back heavy, I actually draft wide receivers early because you could get these insane wide receivers, especially in PPR leagues. People understand that, you know, you don't need to just go running back. But you know, these quarterbacks, they're going to be out there starting. There's just a lot of good quarterbacks. I mean, that's about it. I mean, you could start in my league that I drafted over there. I ended up with Jameis Winston, and I ended up with Derek Carr, who I'm just gonna flip it out. But I have 6 monster, you know, position players that are going to be trotting out there every week. So I'm fine with either one. Listen, people want to talk about Jameis Winston led the league in passing like 3 years ago. And this guy's not even getting drafted. So that's why you have to avoid quarterbacks. Just get one very late and just stack your team. Look at the injuries already. We have 2 starting running backs already get hurt this week.
Oh, so wow.
unless you don't stay, the guy for Jaguars and J.K. Dobbins, I believe, for the Baltimore Ravens. So get your Gus Edwards right there. Gus Edwards, very good running back. That'll take a spot. But yeah, man, I mean, again, you just have to get these running backs because look, at any time one of them goes down, your season could be screwed. I was in like $1,000 league last year and I had Christian McCaffrey and he went down in week 1. But I was so loaded at running back, I still ended up coming in second because I drafted like 5 running backs. I had these guys ready to go. So, you know, just be real careful. Always grab handcuffs and backups if you're going to get very important to get the backup of your starting running backs because it's going to be injury. And do not forget it's COVID. These people are not listening. They're not getting their shots. They're out there at clubs and they're going to miss time. So you have to be really, really, really stacked for the season.
Yeah, Gator fan agrees. He says Pitts is going to be an animal out of the gate. Go Gators.
He's a Gator fan. Calm down, Gator fans.
So draft Detroit Lenny says if you don't take a kicker in the first round, you'll never win. Tim says draft kickers first. How do you feel about kickers in fantasy?
What I do is I always, whatever quarterback that I have, I draft the kicker on that team. So if I have Aaron Rodgers, I'll take the kicker over in Green Bay. I don't put too much stock in kickers, but I do like the fact that every time that your quarterback has the ball, and he doesn't get a touchdown, you're still going to get those 3 points with the kicker. So every drive means a lot. So it's easier to pay attention. I mean, who wants to just pay attention to a kicker on some team that you're not even watching? So I would get the kicker of whatever quarterback I have. So if they get past the 30-yard line, 40-yard line, I already know I'm getting points somehow.
That's a great strategy. I like that.
It's just more, just visibly, just visually pleasing having the kicker on the quarterback because, it's a lot easier to keep track.
Right. Excellent. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else that we need to know? And you guys can find him not only on Instagram at Kabizi Comic, but he's on the Morning Woody page. So if you guys have any fantasy questions or just want to talk fantasy football, Kabir is like down to do it. So find him on the Morning Woody page, message him, and
add me on that. And then I will be back. I made the top 20 of America's Got Talent. So I'll be back on that September 7th. I can't do any gambling jokes. Trust me, I had a bunch of sports betting jokes that they just said no thank you to. So but I'll join you guys as much as possible. And I can't wait for the NFL season to start. College football is my favorite sport. Went 3-0, yesterday. So I'll be posting some pics on the site as well. So, get excited, man. It's Christmas. Let's go, baby. Join those fantasy football leagues and just look at the draft, look who they're drafting, go the opposite way, and you'll come out with a very good team.
All right. I love it. Well, I'm going to have you back on next Saturday if you're free so we can do kind of a weekly installment of fantasy football because I know these guys like it, and I'm not I just don't have time for fantasy football in my life, but I love to hear about it. It's
absolutely. And I like TJ Heckinson too. Very good. I think so as well. They got the check down master over there in Detroit.
Old Detroit Lenny. Because I never really put stock in my fantasy draft.
Oh, well then why not?
Yeah, why not? And then what are you doing it
for? Stock? Neither do I. I don't think anybody does that. No, it is a long season, though. He's right on it some way. You have to draft right to get off to a good foot. But, again, 60-70% of it, thank you, Tim, is going to be the moves you make during the season. You have to be on top of it. So you definitely can't just draft a great team and just kind of sit there like it's best ball. You definitely have to do a lot of work. So, yes, do as good a draft as possible, get value, get backups, protect yourself, and get in there, make some trades, and do your best. Good luck to all of you.
Yes, good luck to all of you. Thank you so much, Kabir. We'll see you next Saturday. And then your episode, the next time you're on AGT is September 7th.
September 7th. So I'll be with you guys one more time before September 7th. And then there we go. Good luck, everybody.
Good luck. We'll see you next week. Thank you so much for coming on. That was a blast.
Oh, pleasure was all mine. Thank you.
Bye, guys. All right. So that's what's up, guys. I told you I could deliver, and I did it. Kabir Singh, starring on America's Got Talent Top 20. This is really excited. He's a Morning Woody, and we definitely want to support him. And if I don't have to talk about fantasy football, then I am all for that too. So, okay. So one more thing. Let me just go through our Woodies. We have 3 left. Cool guy is living the Woody dream right now. He is sandwiched between 2 parlays, Julie Carly and Tony Cobbs. And cool guy, Ezekiel Morales are our top 3, the final 3 in the last Woody standing. So we've got that going on right there. Ohio State first half. I am not sure about that, but I do have another guest. The Guru is going to be here with us today. Injuries happen, and you have to work that waiver wire. Work the waiver wire. So the Guru is in town. I asked him to come on and kind of break down some tournament strategies for you guys. So that includes, because I know some of us are going to go into the Circa contest. There's a strategy for participating and things like that. But the same strategy goes for contests like this, like the last Woody standing, like the Handicapper. So I got to kind of move us out a little bit here. A parlay, I know yes, congrats for the top 3 parlays, the parlay sandwich. That's what's up with my girls. So I'm going to scoot this out and bring him right in. He's way taller than me, so there's that. I did get all of your stats current for the Handicapper. Alan Miles is still in the lead, 36-14. He's crushing it. He's on Abreu and Schwindel over a half a run today. And then Daniel Henderson and Anthony are tied for second, 32-16 and 2. And Jeff Creason's in third, with 31, 17, and 2. He's on the Nats run line and the 49ers -5. Your new favorite kind of sandwich. Congratulations, cool guy. You're in it. Darren Waller, #1 tight end since he has been in the league. Okay, so let's try this. I've got to kind of maneuver some things real quick, guys. Give me a moment. See how we can both fit in here. Okay, so this goes down. And this, and then we can pull you in here. See how this all works out. This is the first time I've had a guest in my studio. Okay. Here we go. Except for maybe Chanel L. All right. So you can just have a seat there. I'm going to pop on around here.
Morning, everybody.
How's it going? All right. So this is the guru, Eric McCafferty. He taught me just about everything I know about this stuff. So why don't you go ahead?
Good morning, everybody. Probably not quite what you're expecting, huh? Take it easy on me. This is not my regular gig. I do research on other things besides sports, but doing research on sports is one of my favorite things to do. But a little bit of bookkeeping before we get too far afield here. I'm flattered I'm referred to as the guru. I've laid some knowledge on this lovely lady, and she's taken it from there. Everything that she's built here, she's done herself, and she's done with Craig Trapp, and they deserve all the respect and accolades in the world because this is what they've put together. And it's community, and I know y'all enjoy it because I hear about it. So anyway, I'm just happy to be here.
Thanks for joining us, Guru. Yeah, they've all heard a whole lot about you. So really what changed my life was we were meeting. He was at the sports book all the time. I was at the sports book all the time. We ran into each other. We talked a lot. And it came down to the parlay thing. That was really like the changing deal where I told him, yeah, I do 4-team parlays, 3-team parlays, and I'm always off by just one. And he said, well, why don't you straight bet them? And then you would come out with a profit even if you don't hit your lottery ticket. And that right there is what changed me from a negative expectation player to a positive expectation player. Let me fix this. Go ahead.
Well, that's a really good way to put it. Actually, it all started during college basketball season, and she's got a college basketball sheet. And I've never ever seen a woman with a college basketball sheet, and I was impressed. And so I leaned over, I asked her, hey, are you really handicapping college basketball? She pretty much told me to take a hike, in not so many words, in a very tactful, friendly way. But since then, we've started talking, and now she knows more than I do, and that's just all for the good. But really, parlays are fun. Everybody likes to play them. When you hit them, you're swimming in cash. But if you're good at it, and you hit 3 of 4 or 4 of 5, then it just makes a lot of sense to bet them individually. Then have your lottery ticket on the 4-teamer, 5-teamer, what have you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so then the other thing I really want to talk about, because this show is mainly a contest show. That's what we do. We're like always running contests on our show. And he's got his group of knucklehead buddies that are all in the Circa contest. So they're going to be competing against us. So good luck, Guru, and all that, because the Morning Woodies are about to take some stuff down.
I'm the only knucklehead in that contest. The other 4 guys are sharp.
Well, I don't know about that. No, they all.
She's met them.
They are all really sharp. So what kind of Oh yeah, Chickadeezy. We cashed that too. Did you bet on it?
No.
We bet on the other one that didn't. You bet on the other one.
If I can't spell your name, I can't bet on you.
That's fair. That's fair. That wouldn't be true for all my soccer plays though, because there's a lot of players or a lot of teams I bet on that I can't even say their names. But strategy for entering these kind of contests was what I kind of wanted you to talk to them about. And then also I want you to explain the slaughter game, because that was his angle, and it's proven time and time again that it's a real thing. So when they're entering in these kind of contests or a last man standing kind of situation, what kind of strategy do they want to go into it with?
Well, I can't tell you because I'm going to have to compete against all these people.
Right.
I hear some of them are sharp. So let's move on to the slaughter game.
Okay.
No, whatever works. But you got to understand the rules for anything. Understand the rules, understand what you do. And the circuit contest, which is what we are in this year. If you're going to play the Thursday game, you have to have all 5 picks in prior to that game on Thursday. Be ready for that because contest lines come out. This was last year. I don't know how it's going to be this year. I'd imagine it's going to be about the same. They come out around 9 or 10 o'clock Pacific time. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have time to handicap all that stuff and see what kind of line movement there's been, you probably don't want to play that Thursday game because you may be at a huge disadvantage based on lines.
The Sunday games.
The contest lines are static, but lots going to happen. There's still going to be some COVID nonsense going on out there. Players not being able to play, coaches not being able to coach. And so that will affect the line by the time you have to make all your picks by Saturday. Seems to me it's like 2 o'clock or so in the afternoon Pacific time.
Okay.
So strategy, you be ready, understand the rules, know what's expected of you.
Yeah. And lay off the Thursday games because a lot can happen between Thursday and Sunday, and we won't be able to change the picks once they've already gone into the contest.
And certainly it's been my experience that the Thursday game is very lightly bet. So you're not really going up against everybody on Thursday, but you will be going up against everybody on Sunday and possibly Monday night.
Okay, so and then talking about slaughter games, we'll just check in. With Chickadee, we got him. Good luck, Guru. You will need it against the picks and parlays experts. Guru, thanks for donating to the Circa contest. Allie and our team are going to dominate.
Always happy to do my part.
Yeah. In those slaughter games, Breaking Vegas Sports tends to take the unpopular pick. So what is back to the Yankees money line? I'm mad at you, Ninja. So break down. So he called it the wipeout game. He always called it the wipeout game. And then when we split, I didn't want to take his idea, but I also wanted to share the information because it's really valuable information. So I call it a slaughter game. That's what you guys know it as. So break it down. What's the slaughter game and how does it affect us?
In theory, sports books are very good at what they do, right? Mm-hmm. They hang great numbers, and we have to figure out where they get that wrong, be that on the total, we're going to go over under, be that on the spread. It sounds like all you degenerates really like props.
Yes, they really do.
There's nothing wrong
with that. They cash on them like crazy. They're good at them.
But a prop is probably not going to ever be considered the slaughter game or the wipeout game. Right. It doesn't have that kind of universal appeal. Not everyone can bet it from all the various books that there are out there. I took a look on a Colorado book I have this morning, and they don't offer a lot of stuff that Plus Money Honey here. By the way, her original name was Stat Girl because all she did was keep stats, and she had notebook after notebook after notebook filled with stats. I'd ask her a question. She'd go, "Oh, well, let me go to the notebook." Anyway,
I don't have time for that. Now I stat you guys. You guys are my stats.
So anyway, it's a very real thing. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's something to be on the lookout for. And I'm a college football guy, college basketball guy, and dabble here and there on some other things, like loan sharking. You can talk to me offline about that. Anyway, it's almost always the final round game. We talk about I talk about games in first round, second round, third round, fourth round, because everyone's on a different time zone, and so anyway. Slaughter game, wipeout game is almost always the final round games. Usually it's West Coast team against a West Coast team, be it Mountain West or Pac-12. But sometimes there'll be another game in there. A game that came to mind from a couple seasons ago was Florida International at the U. And the U, everybody in the world thought they were going to win this game. 20-point favorites. Final score, I wrote it down. Florida International 30, the U 24. So everybody in the world would have been on the U because here comes Florida International. And of course, it's only a 30-minute trip down to the stadium. But that's an excellent example of what to look out for. Everyone's going to be on one team thinking they're going to blow out the other team. The odds maker is going to set that line super high. And if the odds makers have done their job correctly, and they often do, that line's going to be so high at plus 20 or minus 20, in the case of Miami, minus 20, that when they lose straight up, it will wipe out all the parlays, and it'll wipe out all the teasers, and it'll wipe out all the degenerates and their money, and all that money goes to the sports book, right?
To money heaven.
It goes to money heaven. And so that's the general concept. And it doesn't happen every weekend. I tried to look ahead for this coming college football Saturday. I have a couple of ideas. Maybe I can get with Allie a little bit later as we get closer to next Saturday to give some ideas. But some other things you want to look for. You need to have a line service, and there are all kinds of free examples out there. It's up to you to go find one that works for you. And if you're in a foreign country and you want to bet college football, that's something I don't know about, and what your line service in that country. So you got to go find that yourself. So watch for money breakdown on the spreads.
Lenny wants to go to Money Heaven. I kind of do too now.
It's a fabulous place. Don't send your money there. Send yourself there.
Right.
So anyway, on the line service, you want to look for a breakdown of, this is on the spread, not on the total, of at least 60% of the money on the favorite, 40% on the dog. And the higher that number goes, the better. You'd love to see an 80-20 split. And then you want to watch and see how money comes in on that game. Sharps will end up starting to take those points and bring the number down, or more people who are kind of faked out by that number are going to put it all on the favorite. It's going to drive that money percentage up, and it may not drive the spread. That's something you want to be looking for. If all that money rolling in doesn't affect the spread, or if it brings the spread down, which is reverse line movement, then that's almost, I told you I'm not supposed to say this, a lock.
Yeah. I warned him about that word.
There's no such thing. But those are the kinds of things that you want to see. And you want to bet it late, maybe half an hour or so prior to kickoff, because things will change. Money will come flooding in, especially if it's the last round game of the night, and the degenerates who want to catch up, they're always going to try and catch up on the favorite. And so just kind of watch as that comes in. One more final thing. Hopefully this has all been intelligible. Never, ever, ever use the wipeout game, the slaughter game in your parlay.
That's what I try to tell them. If you're going to parlay, just try to keep those last games of the night out of the parlays.
If you gotta,
because that's what they're wiping out. That's why it's called a wipeout, because they're going to wipe out the parlays and the teasers. That's why it's called that.
And we know where your money's going to go, right?
Yeah. Lenny says, just talking out loud here, but Allie doesn't let us call them marks. He knows.
I'm kidding.
He knows.
But if you're into hedging, as some of us are, and you've got a 14 parlay, and that minus 20 favorite is in there, and you want to guarantee some kind of return on your investment, then take the 20 points or take the money line on the wipeout game and just sit back and wait to count your cash.
I kind of try to go through that with them too. I'm a big hedger. I like to hedge bets because it makes me feel like it makes me know that I'm going to make money no matter what happens. And it makes me feel sharp when I can get myself to a point where I can hedge. And I've tried to explain that to them about, setting up if you have a 3-teamer and all 3 games start at the same time, then that's a problem because you can't hedge yourself out of it. So if you have a first round, second round, third round, as we call them, then that third round game, if you win your first 2, you can just hop on the other side of it and guarantee yourself a profit. I'm big on that.
She's exactly right. You want to stage your parlays. Listen to me giving parlay advice.
Exactly.
You want to stage your parlays so that when you can hedge, you're only hedging one game, not 2 or 3, and crossing your fingers and wondering which game it is.
Right. And then the other thing, because it's football season, they were asking me about round robins, and we gave them the basic thing, but you do round robin in football season, don't you? I feel like I've seen you fill those out before.
Occasionally, when my degenerate is showing.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Actually, what the time I like it the most is rivalry weekend in college football, which is usually almost for all teams the final weekend of the season. I'm an Indiana Hoosier guy. Our rivals are Purdue. I won't tell you what we call them because it's off color.
Yeah.
But what I like to do is round robin the money lines on all the underdogs, because you might have a terrible season, but the game that's going to get you right, the game that's going to get the coach right, is when Ohio State goes up to the team up north and thumps them.
Right.
But of course, Ohio State's going to be the favorite, and so you want to have the money line dog in that case. Maybe not the team up north is the best example here.
Right.
But other Clemson and I think who's there? That's not a good example.
Clemson,
Anyway,
Georgia.
I've had a lot of success money lining the underdog money line in round robins. And
how many do you put on, and do you do it by 2s, 3s, or 4s?
I always do it by 2s. And, every book's different. And things are changing very rapidly with the landscape of betting and certainly betting online on your app in different states. Here in Vegas, for the longest time, there was a limit of an 8-team parlay, be that a straight parlay or a round robin. So you only have 8 teams in there. I used to have an offshore account. I won't tell you which one it was, and they allowed up to 25 teams in your round robin.
Where's Lex right now? Lex's heart is going to explode. He loves a good 12-teamer. That Lex Steele loves a good 12-teamer.
So anyway, it's has everything to do with what your book's going to allow you to do, and the concept is that you're betting 2 teams against each other, obviously, and the computer will actually make the pairings. You just put the teams that you want. You can just go down and take every single dog for as many as many teams your book allows you to put in the parlay, and then the computer will then pair all those teams together. And you'll have action on every, if you have 20 teams, I don't remember the math. Then you have 19 parlays.
So let me remember this. So if it's like, say, A, B, C, and A and B, say this is a plus 120 and this is a plus 120. When they both win, do you then get a plus 240 is what you cash? Is that how it works?
No, that's not how it works. It's whatever the pay schedule is on a parlay where one side is plus 120 and one side is plus 120. It does not come out to 240. Okay. There are all kinds of parlay calculators all over the place.
Right.
I could look that up for you, but off the top of my head.
Well, I was just wondering how to calculate that payout. Yeah.
Use a parlay calculator.
Okay, that's it. That's the way.
But this is an excellent example. Let's say team C is at plus 120. Because we're not going to do this at minus money.
No.
Y'all can. So A and B, A wins its game and B wins its game. So it pays off the A-B round robin. So if C wins its game, which is exactly what we want to see, it then pays off A and C and B and C.
A, C, A, B, and then B, C, and then A, B, C. Or no, because you didn't go by 3s.
Right. We're just doing by 2s. Okay. If you went by 3s, you'd have to have all 3 of these win. And that's why we're going by 2s. Okay. And so when this happens, you make bank.
Mm-hmm. And that's why I was saying, remember when we talked about this, I said, I don't want to roll over your foot. I'm not super good at it, but I remember that Kurt Alexander always said, just do it with money line dogs. That's where the value is round robin with Google a parlay calculator. They're easily found and well worth it. And if you guys have any questions you want to throw in, I just got yours, Lenny, so I'll ask him that. But if you guys have any questions while he is here that you want to ask, go right ahead. Any college football teams you're liking to do big things this year, like maybe the Michigan State Spartans? You already have 2 bets down on them, don't you? The under and the Sparty?
I'm under the first game, which is Sparty and Northwestern Wildcats. I don't expect great things out of Michigan State. This is going to be a rebuilding year. That team is devastated. I'm kind of on the North Carolina bandwagon, and I know a lot of people are.
That's fine, whatever.
Yeah, Duke girl over here. Who's Duke have first?
Charlotte.
Yeah.
And I'm already on Charlotte.
Moneyline Charlotte.
You hear this?
To answer your question, Detroit Lenny, off the top of my head right now, no, I'm still working on all this. We just got past week 0. What we saw yesterday with some of these teams is going to be the way it's going to go. Nebraska's not going to get any better, and Illinois is not that good. San Antonio goes up to Champaign on next Saturday. I think probably San Antonio is the play there.
This is a twin. They're ECU guys. We like ECU.
I like ECU also, and they're going to be much, much better. They're well coached, but that number's come down from 13 against App State to 10. I do not like missing out on 3 points worth of value, so I'm just gonna kind of hang out and see what happens.
That's a big thing that you taught me as well. Nebraska, what a letdown. Yeah. And Ohio State. One thing you taught me that I was very well trained in this. Now I'm a little less trained, but is if I didn't get the best number, I didn't want the bet. You know, like if it was a 10 and it moved to a 7, I'm over it. I didn't get the number. Moving down 1 isn't that big of a deal. Picking the Nationals while they're down 1. All right. Is that, that must have already started. He's from Michigan. He hates everything Ohio. That's how he goes. But AJ's is going with Ohio State. They're supposed to be the big deal this year, right? Isn't it Ohio State or no? Ride Coastal? What do you think?
Big Ten. Yep, love Coastal. I've not looked at their schedule, but they should have another very good season.
Okay.
Well coached. Coaching matters.
Yeah, we say that all the time.
Consider that in your handicapping. If the coach is a knucklehead, he's gonna make bad decisions, especially with clock management.
Okay, sorry. Oh, those were yours. I'm sorry. I put you on. They have the smug man as Sam Anderson and Samuel Anderson, and they're both in the Capitan, and I screw them up. No, that is smug. Those ones are Samuel Anderson's. Okay, so he needs to go there. Sorry. Can one of you get a new name? Talk to your mothers. I'm kidding. Okay, so that just about does it. So yeah, round robin money line dogs by 2 if you're gonna do that. Mariners are due. We don't believe in dues. Go pay your dues. You know that, AJs, you know that. And then for contest kind of stuff, we want to remember that if you were picking that Thursday game, there could be a problem because lines can move before Sunday. We always want to keep the wipeout game in mind. If you notice, all the money 60-40 or higher is moving to one side of the game, and the line is actually coming down. It's going from a 10 to a -7. That's reverse line movement, and that is probably your wipeout game. Remember, it doesn't happen every single day, but it does happen. Jim Harbaugh is a whiny little failed NFL QB. U of M sucks almost as much as OSU.
I absolutely agree with you, Detroit Lenny. And he was way better at Tree than he's been anywhere else. And I think the guy's washed up.
Tree is Stanford.
Tree.
That's their mascot, you know. Okay, mighty guy. I love you, AJs. Great stuff. All right. Well, I hope that helped. Next time you come in town, you guys, let me know what you want to know. It's easy when he's here because you're all everything I kind of say came through him at one point or another. I mean, I've learned other stuff along the way, don't get me wrong, but my basic concept, my basic foundation of how to be a more disciplined handicapper came from him. I've been betting on sports since, a long time, since high school with fake IDs and stuff. So Barry Sanders is not a quitter. He just says this
one
to
or
Romeo.
two things before I go.
How do you feel about Barry Sanders? Wait, was he a quitter?
I don't have an opinion.
Okay, good.
And
don't get between me and Detroit Lenny.
You don't always have to have an opinion when you're betting sports. People come up and ask you, hey, what do you think about this? Hey, I don't know. I don't have an opinion. You don't have to have an opinion. Couple things. Take it easy on your girl. She works real hard for you, and she loves y'all. She cares about what she does.
I do.
Make sure when you're giving her plays that she understands what you're talking about. It takes her a lot of time to do all this, but it's labor of love, but make it easier on her. One or two more things. We all love sports, and we wouldn't be here if we didn't. But have other interests. Go out and do things. Read a book. Yeah. Go talk to interesting people. Be an interesting person.
Yeah.
But don't just stay inside and bet sports.
It makes you a better handicapper. When you handicap life, handicap your handicapping, handicap everything. Handicap, why is my kid acting this way today? And you can figure, because this happened, and then that made this happen, and now he's got this attitude. You can literally handicap everything.
Exactly. Just kind of a quick analysis. And always finish what you start. 50% of life is just showing up. So Go show up wherever it is.
Yeah.
All right. Peace out.
All right. Tim Earl wants to know if you would be interested in joining them on their ESB show for college football.
Sure.
Would that be today or Monday? Is that a tomorrow?
But look, this is not my regular gig. I'd love to because it's fascinating stuff. Love talking about it. But somehow we'd have to set up, we can talk about this, how to set it up, but sure.
You guys could do it tomorrow morning. Why is my kid eating Oreos in the shower, and how many?
That's because he has a strange father. And how many? A dozen, half a dozen.
Half a dozen. I'll take the over on 6. Barry got tired of getting beat up for nothing, and they refused to get that man any help. He had his own offensive line. I'm with you, Breaking Vegas. Love Bear. Future bet question: who do you have to win it all? I have Alabama and Oklahoma. Have you?
This is not Alabama's year. I know everybody in the world is on Oklahoma. I have a small bet on Georgia, but I always sweat Georgia. Great coach, great team. The coach can recruit, but he's not good under pressure. If he's good under pressure this season, maybe they can take it down. I think I got it at plus 800, but there's no value on Alabama, and they know about value, right? And everybody's on Oklahoma, and Oklahoma's probably my least favorite team in the whole wide world.
Yeah, he does not like Oklahoma at all, but I don't either. But I'm from Texas. I don't even like things from Oklahoma, for that matter. Go Gators. Breaking Vegas. Wrong. He was just a little weak man that quit so he could date more strippers. Well, no one's judging him for that either. Okay, it was 6 Oreos. You named it, or you called it half the. That's why he's the guru.
Yeah, see, I know these
there it is. All right, cool. Well, we are going to get back to our last Woody standing business. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
And I watched y'all up here on last Woody. There were 17 yesterday, and just bam, 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 bam. You all started coming down.
It was a slaughter. One by one by one. But that's how the weekends go.
Saturdays are hard.
Yes, the weekends are hard. He's totally judging. No judging on the show. No judging.
Just an observation. I do not judge. I simply observe.
So who else was on those teams when Barry played? Okay, this is a different conversation. Okay, guys. All right. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure.
I'll see you in a minute. All right. Let me get everything back in order here. And we can continue this business. So that was fun. You guys had a double whammy day. You got Kabir from America's Got Talent and the Guru. All in one day. Oh, gosh, this came in really close. I'm super sweaty right now. I'm like dying of sweat. Hold on 1 second. We can't have this shirt on me right now. Quick change. Quick change, I say. Okay. Sorry, my kid is sick and we can't have the AC on because it's blowing stuff in his face and I'm very, very sweaty and it's gross. So now we're better. Okay. So that was the Guru. Kabir Singh was on earlier. If you guys missed him talking about fantasy football. Damn nerfies. They're getting it. You observe and create thoughts about what I observed. Exactly. I think that's called thinking. Brett, Perryman, Herman Moore. Oh, and I don't know this. Okay. So, Tony Cobb did send me her last Woody standing. And then I can just pull you guys in and y'all can take pictures of the board. If anyone else has plays they want up on the board, that's cool. Tony. She's going with Corey Seager on the Dodgers over 1.5 bases. Seager. Okay. And then we've got some props happening that we can throw up. Props would be Abreu over 0.5 runs. Schwindel over 0.5 runs. And then Seager over 1.5 bases. All right. So that's what we got happening for us there. Okay. The only reason you are judging her mad is because he was a beast and you're salty because when he left, you all officially had nothing worth seeing on the field. You know, I support that. I think that's true. It's hot as hell in Utah right now. I need a pool. It's hot in Vegas too, man. You're judging. Atletico Madrid for La Liga in soccer. All right. I cashed on Real Madrid yesterday and on Nashville and on Colorado. I was 4-4 yesterday. I was 1-1 on UFC, 3-3 in soccer, I think. Or one of those was the CFL. But I learned about the Ottawa Red Blacks. Okay, Bill McDonald, Atletico Madrid, La Liga. Okay, Bill McDonald had a pick, and it's in La Liga. Atletico Madrid. Okay, beautiful. Anybody else have the picks for me? Again, who else did you? Okay, I'm over this conversation. Can y'all just text each other? No, I'm just kidding. Happy Football Sunday. People hate Barry. People outside the city love him. You don't understand. He quit. You guys don't know how it ended. It was just as bad as LeBron announcement. All right. Patriots -3 for AJ's. We'll get our NFL on right about here.
It's just a parlay calculator.
Oh, okay. So a +120 and a +120 would equal a +284 or a $284 win.
Yes.
On a $100 bet.
Yes.
Okay.
So it'd be 2.84 instead of 2.4.
40. Wow. So that's even better because it does the parlay because there's two.
Exactly.
Okay. So that's what he's saying is if we do A at +120 and B at +120 on a round robin, it's going to equal
On any parlay, doesn't have to be a round robin.
284. That's how it goes. I'm in the mood. Quit trying to show me TikToks, Escher. My kid wants me to watch TikTok at every non-opportune time. Okay, cool. Thank you so much for that. I have too many things going on right now. So that's what we were talking about. It's not a +120 and +120 as a +240. It would be a 284 or whatever because it's going to multiply it more because you're doing that thing. Because there's more on the ticket. Okay, Pats -3. And then we have 49ers -5. And that's what we got right there for the NFL. But again, that's why you want to do round robins with money line dogs. You asked who else? 3 Hall of Famers from the team besides him. KC Royals plus money. Ash, they want to see the TikTok. I never understood how fans can hate a person for deciding to leave and choose how they. I agree with that. I really do. Let that man do what he wants to do. He played for your city forever. He got the crap beat out of him. Now he's over. He wants to move on. I'm going to show them the TikTok while I write stuff. Okay. Neymar, PSG, first goal at +280. That's from Pedro. Is going. And where's PSG, Pedro? I was looking for him this morning. I thought I knew, and then I didn't know. Neymar. Okay. PSG. Neymar. What does it say? Basically, homework spells backwards is Kroner, which is Latin for you're moving too much. Which is Latin, translates to child abuse. Oh, good. It's a crazy day on the wood today. It's a crazy day on the wood. First goal +280. No, first to score. It's just first goal. That's the same thing, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. +280. Okay, perfect. Mariners and Pats on a parlay, he's saying. M's plus Pats. Okay. The audacity to take a team's money and F them for years on the salary cap because he decides to divorce his wife and stop paying for his kids' college to go off and screw a stripper. Oh, shit, I didn't know about that part. Yankees on the money line for Donald Wallace. 31-18-1 for Donald Wallace. So he's going Yanks. There's a bunch of y'all on the Yanks today. 1, 2, 3. I know someone in there was too. Elliott was. And then Astros, first 5 -0.5 against the Rangers is going on. Plus money. Hey, that's me. Facts. You don't go to school. What do you know? That's what happens to quiet guys. Who, Barry Sanders? Is that who we're talking about? Okay, and then let me just check Facebook real quick to see if I have any more Capitans. I'll bring you guys in. You can take a picture. And then we're going to go watch some football. That's what we're going to do. I'm going swimming today is what I'm going to do, I think. Get that kid outside. He needs fresh air. Oh, crap. Crap. Here we go. Bam. Where are you, Woodies? And then I'll get those Circa contest picks out in a day or so here. This is Sunday. Okay, Sam Anderson is smug. Okay, so Samuel has, and Smug, you're actually up here. I'm sorry. Somehow I missed your name. I think you're right here, actually. Boop, 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 boop. I missed your name when I was writing them out. So you're not on the bottom. It's just where you are right now. Giants, Cubs, first 5. And then, holy snake bombs. He's taking the M's. And then the Browns over 36. So then we'll get that here. Browns over 36. Anthony is going with the BJs. First 5 run line. And Wander Franco over 1.5 bases. Okay, got that. See if there's anything else I'm missing. Got Ezekiel. F, Detox. Detox likes the Niners over 35.5. 49s. The 49ers over 35.5. That's what he's doing. Okay. So that is pretty much where we are at. Let me come back into you guys. Kids probably hate him. Y'all should fact check before you speak on Ish and tell me I'm just salty. I have no respect for a man that don't take care of his kids because some stripper shakes her ass. Well, all strippers shake. Paris Saint-Germain. Oh, they got Messi? I should have known. I knew that I knew it, and I just didn't know it. And I was like La Liga-ing, and now that I see it's League One, now I know where I was getting that La Liga from. Okay, thank you. League One, friends. I'm going to write that there. Because this is La Liga, right? Yeah, that's La Liga Spain. And then this is, how do they spell it? Thank you, Pedro. League One France. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. The French League, Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, I'm learning. Judging for his personal stuff, if it helps you sleep better, you didn't live his life. You're taking the Astros and Texas. Well, they're playing each other. So what are you taking them? Dolphins, Pats, Browns on a money line parlay for Lane today. I was thinking the Dolphins were playing the Pats, but that's week 1, isn't it? And the Browns. Parlays. Okay. PSG and the Pats. Cool. Are we still talking about Barry Sanders, who retired years ago? Who cares? Y'all look past the strippers when he was playing for y'all, and the deadbeat issues would not be mentioned had he kept playing and won you a Super Bowl. You don't care about his wife or kids, just the fact he left her all hanging and ran off with the money. So there's that. I don't know what to say. I don't want to fight. Woodies. Okay, I'm going to pull you guys in. You could take a picture of the board. If you guys missed Kabir at the beginning, definitely check that out. Or the Guru's spiel on how to be a better. No, Kabir did remember fantasy football, and the Guru talked to us about the slaughter game and also what to keep in mind when you are in contests, competing in contest against others. Okay, so let me move this to about there. And you can take your picture in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and I will do close-ups on this and put it onto the Woody page. So I forgot to do that yesterday. I'm sorry. I realized that. My kiddo is just not feeling well. He's actually a lot better today, but for 2 days, he stayed home on Friday. He hasn't been great, so it's a little much. Burrow is back today. All right. Did you watch the Texans game, Jens Buccaneers, yesterday? No, I didn't. I'm really not into NFL. We were college football heavy yesterday, man. College football heavy yesterday. Okay, so I think the most popular pick on the board is going to be those Yankees. I've got 3 on the Pats, 3 Pats in a parlay over here. I'm probably going to get on some soccer today because I love it. Oh, and then also PSG team total over 2.5. That's Ezekiel's play. So Ezekiel, cool guy, is in the Parlay sandwich. Julie Carly and Tony Cobbs are going against cool guy. I love it that we have 2 parlays in the top 3 right now. So that's kick butt, you girls rock, and you rock too, Ezekiel. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating just because you're not a parlay. But I will be if you beat them out. So there's that. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, guys, I love y'all. Have a great day. I hope you got something out of what we did today. I hope you found it informative. And hopefully the guru will be on Earl Sports Bet show maybe tomorrow, possibly tomorrow. I'll text you guys. Okay? Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you. I'm off tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow is Manic Monday with Detroit Lenny. Okay, so bring your best 3-team parlays. The juice has to be under a -200. The first 30 of you that come into the chat get a spot on the whiteboard with the 3-team parlay. And if that sucker cashes, all 3 picks cash, then you get a bonus pick in Tuesday's last Woody standing. All right? So that's the real deal stuff right there. So get ready for that. It'll be on at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Astros in Seattle tomorrow at 9 tomorrow. All right. Oh, the Astros and the M's. I don't like when they play. Okay, guys, see you later. Have a great day. Get those parlays ready. And everyone, good luck today. Let's enjoy the last week of the preseason. Send it on its way. Peace. The doorknob hit you where the dog should have bit you preseason. We're ready for the real stuff now. All right, guys, see you later. Bye.